And it just does bring up the question, because here you are, doing everything that you have going on right now, Kyle, and it just makes me curious. What intrigues you most about the online space? Like, what keeps your interest with it? What caught your attention? What keeps you interested after all this time? Just love to hear about that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess at heart, I'm kind of a nerd, so those are fun. And if I can spend, I spend when I do have free time, it's usually sitting in front of a computer doing stuff. So definitely the technology nerd side of me interests me. But there's such a because of the work I was doing before, which was basically marketing and advertising when you boil it down, but in the print form, there's such a huge difference between print and digital stuff. I have to remind some of my clients sometimes that we're not printing this website. Like, we can just go ahead and go live with it now. We can change it next week. That's the beauty of it, right? And I think that's been such a fun transition from going from the print world where, believe me, there were days when I got back, 10,000 business cards and there was a typo on them and I was not a happy person. So, where in the digital world, that's pretty easy to correct, and it's fluid. It's always changing. There's always new technologies and new ideas. You can test things, test this against that, see what does better. So it's really fun. And, I live in a kind of a rural community in Texas where we might not be as advanced as some of the other bigger metropolitan areas. So a lot of the customers that I have that are local, all of this is a bit magic to them, and it's kind of fun to bring that magic to people where they can get their business found in new ways that they didn't realize were possible. For the past decade or so, companies like Amazon are just killing off mom and pop businesses. I don't blame Amazon for doing it. They're a business too. And believe me, there's probably an Amazon Prime package on my door right this minute, but it's really hard for small businesses to compete with that, So I really like the idea of being able to help some of these businesses at least have some kind of footholds, because we're not going back to the old ways of doing business, right? Consumers have changed. We've moved online. Everything we do is online now. And if businesses aren't, offering some kind of solution like that, they're in a bad way at this point. So being able to bring that to people is definitely a lot of fun.
Yeah, it really is. And, there's so many different ways. That's one of the beautiful things I love about the online space, is the diversity in which we can actually engage with people. And then you have on top of this, Kyle, this online community that you've built with the admin bar.